This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
Grant Hall, we appreciate his time every Wednesday. Good morning, Grant, and happy day after an Arkansas victory. You don't get a chance to say that too often right now.
Did you play the midnight special because it felt as if that game was going to go to midnight last night, 2 hours and 36 minutes, I think?
Well, if it was one of those East Coast games that started at 9 o'clock, yes. Good thing this one was at 6 o'clock. No kidding.
Here's a fun stat for you. You know, in the recent Tennessee game, Devo joined Todd Day as Razorbacks with 1,000 points, 500 rebounds, and 300 assists. He added to none of those totals last night. He did have 2 turnovers and 3 fouls in 6+ minutes. And so basically, Arkansas did this with 7 players last night.
He got another start, though. He added another start to his docket.
That's right.
Grant, I'm a Devo fan. He didn't look very aggressive at any time. He kind of looked like, I don't want to say going through the motions, but he was making the right basketball play, so to speak, but it wasn't that same energy, I think. I don't think he matched the energy of a Landon Blocker or even a Davenport, and that's saying a lot because usually Devo, he's going to bring the energy.
Well, the guys that brought the energy last night, I would say Mitchell and Mark and Battle, I think those 3 guys scored 63 points, almost as many as A&M had. I mean, so you didn't need a whole lot else. And is there a better center in the league right now than Mekhi Mitchell, the way he's just playing? In fact, Eric said, I think the last 80 minutes are the best 80 minutes Arkansas has played this year.
Well, it still goes small. You know, you don't have much of a choice. It's just you really only have 2 guys that you can play big, and Lawson doesn't. Lawson can play kind of big.
He had a big block there.
Yeah. But it's really amazing I know A&M's just going to try to bully you around and everything. They didn't let that happen last night. It is impressive to see them go 2-0 against the Aggies, no matter if A&M plays kind of ugly basketball or not.
Yeah, and it's interesting that all year Eric's been searching for combinations, playing many more players than he had in his entire collegiate coaching career. And now it's kind of been done for him through attrition. These are the 8 guys they've got, I guess, right now that he trusts or that are healthy. And, I think what you do is you keep trying to improve, and maybe you get some momentum going into the SEC tournament and think you can. But I mean, that's when it's really going to be tough if you're down on numbers. So you'll hope that some of these injured guys get back on there.
Grant, what do you think of Wade Taylor's game? Do you like his game in a sense? Do you think it translates to the NBA? And then have you seen anybody? Who's the last player you remember that's like an Anderson Garcia that just comes in and just attacks the glass? He had 15 boards in 22 minutes, I think, or 30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I think Taylor went from 41 points to 11. So I don't know. They were getting into it during timeouts and stuff last night.
I saw that, yeah.
Garcia reminds me sort of just what was the kid from Florida that won the 2 national championships?
David Lee?
No, the other guy.
Joakim Noah?
Yeah. It reminds me a little bit of him, almost just the way he looks,
Mm-hmm.
But you look at that team, and I know Buzz Williams has a good coaching record, but somebody said to me this year they did not think he was an outstanding coach. And Arkansas may have knocked them out of the NCAA tournament this year. They still have chances, but they're 15-11. They face a tough road to hoe now.
Well, they just look like they also still have something to play for. They had their hearts ripped out against Mississippi State. You drop under 500 this late in the season, and the season already has been spiraling downward. You worry about the so-called letting go of the rope. That was a conversation Matt and I had. Did not see that. You didn't see that against Mississippi State, and you saw even better effort the second time around on the road, which tells me these guys think there is still something to play for.
That was the most impressive thing about last night to me, and Jimmy Dykes commented about this. He gets to go to the 11 a.m. shoot-arounds, and I noticed Eric said it was not a good shoot-around, but a phenomenal shoot-around yesterday. So that, they're still trying to find ways to get after it. And a lot of teams at this point in the season with that record are kind of mailing it in. So that part is impressive.
So we mentioned about another start for Devo. Now, we won't have you on until Wednesday next week. This Sunday at Bud Walton Arena, Arkansas women's basketball plays Vanderbilt. Michaela Daniels will make her 150th start at Arkansas. And there'll still be, at the very least, at least another 6 games to go. 4 in the regular season, SEC tournament. There'll be a postseason tournament of some sort for Mike Neighbors' team. But, man, we like the round numbers, I always say. 150 is a lot. I just, they got to get her to the tournament. You go 2-2, and you might actually make the NCAA tournament because 8-8 gets you in usually out of the SEC, which makes tomorrow's game against A&M just supremely important because you still got Carolina and Ole Miss and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they really need to get that one tomorrow night. And the women are a lot like the men right now. They're really down on numbers. Talia Scott is day-to-day, but I don't think she's going to play tomorrow night. So it is on Michaela and Spencer especially, and Carly Keats, she did her Talia Scott impression with 11 points in one quarter the other day in the game with a mask on. But Michaela, as far as we could tell, is the first player to beat a team 12 times in 5 years. Have you ever heard of anybody doing that? She's 12-0 against Missouri in her 5 years at Arkansas.
Well, and we historically see Missouri in the SEC tournament, so we might see them again.
And Arkansas, I think, advanced from 10th to 7th in the SEC in one day, so that's pretty good trick. We talked to a representative, someone who kind of knows the ins and outs of the committee, and the net is important, and Arkansas is not great, but it's just one of about 14 things they talk about in those rooms. So Mike said he's given up trying to figure out how they do these things. But I'm with you, Phil. I mean, usually if you're 8-8 in the SEC, that's good enough.
Hey, Grant, I watched a little bit of Riviera with Matsuama winning by 3 strokes. Tiger 72-74 missed the cut. Where do you rank Matsuama, Hideki? Like, is he up there with some of the not an American golfer, but worldwide golfers? Is he up there in the top 20 of world golfers right now?
Oh, absolutely. I think 9 wins on the PGA Tour. He won the Masters. He won at Firestone. He's won at some great courses at Riviera, being one of those. Matt, the winning score was 17 under, and he was 9 under on Sunday. And
he shot 62. It was wild. Yeah.
Just blitzing those guys. He'll one ball to 6 inches, and the next hole to 8 inches or something like that, and kind of just. I think Zalatoris was probably shocked because I think he thought he was going to win that.
Well, so I know Tiger had to
72-74.
Well, he had to stop playing. He had to retire off the tournament. He was in too much pain.
Oh, okay.
He hit a tee shot on number 7, and he hit it down the middle, but with not much power. And that was really weird, man. I mean, they had fire trucks at the clubhouse. He has an IV, and then 2 hours later he walks out on his own power. But I mean, I guess we take him at his word that it was the flu, and he really did look not like himself and kind of discouraged all during that second round. So I hope it was just that and not something, again, more physical with his back that he talked about, because he was hoping to play like once a month this year, like maybe playing the Players leading up to the Masters and these majors and so forth. So I hope it was just the flu.
That was going to kind of be my next question was what do you expect out of Tiger this year? What the Mexican Open at it's at Vedanta, and you think Tony Finau can repeat, or will you be checking that out at all?
I'll be watching it. If there's any golf on TV, I'm usually watching it. Yeah, and then of course they do the Florida swing after that, leading into the Masters. So there are a couple of local notes. Taylor Moore is in the Masters this year, and Maria Jose Marina, the Arkansas women's team, is going to play in that Augusta National Women's Amateur, and she also played in it last year, and she's done well. So looking forward to all of that.
And baseball in Arlington this weekend. I mean, I think they look good. I think they look good enough against James Madison. You want 4-0. That's tough to pull off. Didn't play great on Sunday, but I think they cleaned it up. And look, the lineup that you saw on Sunday is probably not the lineup that you see in a lot of weekend games. That's also another thing to remember.
Yeah, I thought the JMU coach did a smart thing when he put that Bogotsky in there. He found a game he maybe had a chance to win, and he had that guy who was a 14th round Toronto Blue Jays draft choice to put in a 2-2 game, and they won that game. I guess it was Sunday. Arkansas, I think, averaged 7 runs and averaged giving up 4 runs. Dave would like to see them hit more. He thinks they will. But they do have a lot of arms, Bill. I mean, I think they got a lot of potential this year.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE. That's BLEAV for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.